Friends, look at this. This isn't the sun, but our Earth from 4.5 billion years ago. Yes, it's believed that when our Earth was born, it was a world where there was nothing but fire everywhere. Earth had oceans of lava everywhere, and conditions were so terrible that Earth looked like hell itself. So friends, while I've made many videos about planets, this video is the most special because it's about my favorite planet, Earth. The planet where I was born, and the same planet where all of you were born. Earth is the only planet in this universe where there is life, and Earth is the planet to which all our stories are connected. In simple words, Earth is the best planet in this universe. And in today's video, we'll learn Earth's entire story, how our Earth was formed, and how it created the rarest thing in the universe, life. So friends, if we want to know Earth's story, we have to start from the very beginning. We need to go back in time and see how our Earth was actually born. So friends, this is the story from 4.6 billion years ago. 4.6 billion years ago, there was nothing in our solar system. No planets, no sun, and no Earth. At that time, if there was anything, it was a huge cloud of gas and dust that had been floating in the Milky Way for millions of years. This cloud was mainly made of hydrogen and helium gas, and we call it the solar nebula. So the solar nebula just kept floating in space. But one day, something strange happened. While floating, it came near a star that was about to die. And whenever a star dies, it explodes. As soon as that star exploded, gravity started doing its work. This dust cloud began to collapse due to gravity and started spinning very rapidly. Now, as it spun, its center became quite hot, and that's where our sun was born. So first, our sun was born, and when the sun formed, a disk of dust formed around it, which we call the protoplanetary disk. The meaning is hidden in its name itself. Proto means first forming, and planetary means planets. The disk that forms before planets. So first this disk formed, and then came the planets. Yes, because this disk was made of dust. So when it was orbiting around the young sun, the dust particles in it started colliding with each other and growing larger, first forming rocks. And when these small rocks kept colliding with each other for millions of years, they formed rocky planets like our Earth. So Earth was now born, but this wasn't the place we know today. The temperature here was more than 12,000 degrees Celsius, and there were oceans of lava everywhere waiting to cool down. Earth was a blazing world of fire. But before it could cool down, something very strange happened. So strange that it was hard to even imagine. Because when our Earth was born, it wasn't as big as it is today. It was 10% smaller compared to today, and it was missing one thing, the moon. So the question arises, what exactly happened that made Earth bigger and also gave birth to our moon? Friends, when our young Earth was cooling down, an accident happened that both made it bigger and gave it a gift we call the moon today. Friends, 4.5 billion years ago when Earth was cooling, a Mars-sized planet came and collided with Earth, which we call Theia. Theia hit Earth at such speed that Earth was shattered into pieces. According to one estimate, Theia's speed was more than 9 kilometers per second, and this speed is so fast that it's hard to even imagine. For comparison, if we look at a bullet speed, it's only 650 to 4,500 feet per second. Now where's 4,500 feet compared to 9 kilometers? Meaning Theia was 7 times faster than a bullet. And when it hit Earth, Earth boiled like lava. About half of Earth's surface went into space. And this collision was so violent that Earth's upper mantle was completely destroyed, and core material like lava also came to the surface. In just seconds, Earth became a molten ball. And the material that flew into space, some of it started coming back to Earth, and some started orbiting around Earth, which first formed a ring. Later, a new world was born within that ring, which we call the moon. It's believed that when the moon was born, it was very hot. While the moon is more than 3.5 million kilometers away from Earth today, at that time, the moon was only 22,500 kilometers from Earth. It was so close to Earth that if we could see it, it would look like a molten world was hovering above Earth. Well, the moon was now born, but one question still remained unanswered. How did Earth become bigger? So friends, the thing is that Earth, which had become a ball of lava after Theia's impact, started cooling again. And when it was cooling, asteroids rained down on it, which we call LHB, late heavy bombardment. So LHB was a time when asteroids rained on Earth for millions of years. This caused Earth's size to increase by 10 to 20%, and secondly, Earth got something that became the reason for life to start on Earth, and that was water. Friends, the thing is that when our Earth was born, there was no water on it from the beginning, because when it was born, it was so hot that liquid water couldn't exist on it. So the question arises, how did this water come to Earth? As I mentioned, asteroids rained on Earth for millions of years. Let's understand in detail what happened. Friends, 4.1 billion years ago, when our moon had formed and Earth had a solid surface, something strange was happening in the solar system. So it happened that 4.4 billion years ago, when Earth was cooling, such intense volcanic activity started on Earth that it changed Earth's entire map. This volcanic activity was so intense that it filled the entire Earth with lava, which we call the Hadean Eon today. Hadean is a Greek word derived from Hades. Hades was the name of a Greek god who ruled the underworld, meaning hell. This period may have been terrible, but it was during this period that Earth's atmosphere formed, because the gases coming out of that lava were held around Earth by Earth's gravity, which gradually gave birth to an atmosphere. This caused the water coming to Earth from asteroids to collect on Earth for hundreds of millions of years, and then it kept raining again and again. These rains created oceans on Earth, created rivers, and our surface absorbed a lot of water and sent it underground, which we extract from the ground and use today. This means all the water present on Earth today, whether above ground or underground, wasn't there from the beginning, but every single drop came from outside. So next time you drink water, think that you're drinking something that came from space and is billions of years old. So well, Earth now had an atmosphere, and there was also a magnetic field. So let's now move to the most important question. How did life start on Earth? Friends, there's no planet in our entire solar system that has life. In fact, I've made videos about every planet and explained what's on the other planets. Because when Galileo first saw other planets through a telescope in 1610, people started thinking that there might be life on other planets too. People started considering all planets as homes of alien life, especially Venus and Mars, because these are the planets closest to Earth. So earlier people started thinking that Mars and Venus either had some advanced alien civilization or dinosaurs roaming around. We have discovered billions of galaxies and trillions of planets in our universe, but we haven't seen life anywhere. Yes, we've found some clues for life, like liquid water, an atmosphere, and some planets that are at the same distance from their stars as our Earth is from the Sun. So there might be life on those planets too, but we haven't discovered that life yet. So it's very difficult to say whether there will be life there or not. This means life is the rarest thing in this universe. And how did this life start on Earth? This is a very long topic that we'll discuss in Earth's Part 2. So if Part 2 has come out, you'll see it on screen. But if it hasn't come yet, you'll see some random videos on screen. Click on whichever you like.